Hi, and welcome to this video. So in this short video, I'm going to talk a little bit about diaphragmatic breathing. And I'm going to demonstrate it's exercise 2B from Oxygen Advantage practice. So our diaphragm is located just below our rib cage here, and it separates our thoracic cavity from our abdominal cavity. It is our primary breathing muscle. However, many of us don't recruit our diaphragm properly when we are breathing. And diaphragmatic breathing is really, really important for a number of reasons. So, one of those reasons is that it helps support our spine. It is a great postural support when we do use our diaphragm. When we breathe using the diaphragm, we create essentially a cylinder of pressure into the abdominal cavity, which helps to support our spine during movement. So, it's intra-abdominal pressure that it's creating here, supporting our spine. Another thing is the diaphragm really does help to bring the air down low into the lower lobes of the lungs. And it is the lower lobes of the lungs where the gas exchange takes place. So this is where the oxygen goes into the blood and gets delivered all around the body. So we need the air to get down low into the lungs. With the diaphragm and the use of nasal breathing, we are encouraging nice, slow breaths as well, which also in turn calms the mind. It activates the vagus nerve and our parasympathetic response. So essentially, diaphragm breathing is really yummy. It's really nice. So I'm going to just show you how to connect with your diaphragm in this video. So what I'd like you to do is essentially, we're going to take our hands a little bit like crab claws, like so. And I want you to just feel into your body, find your rib cage, that sort of V shape here. You're going to feel into your body till you reach around and you find your lower ribs down here. Okay. And I want you to essentially just wrap your hands around your torso, like so. So your front fingers, if that's a thing, your front fingers anyway, your fingers are on the front of your body, is what I'm supposed to say. And your thumbs are on the back body. So we must remember our rib cage really does wrap around the body 360. And when we breathe, breathing is also a 360, it's a three-dimensional thing. It comes in and out in a 360 dimensional way. Okay, so it's not just forward in and out, it's lateral as well. And this is where the diaphragm comes in. So we have our hands on our lower two ribs, like so, feeling the thumbs into the back ribs of the body. And I just like you to breathe as you usually do here. Okay, and I want you to notice that when you breathe, I'd like you to feel what moves when you breathe. So breathing in and out through your nose. And just notice what moves. So you may kind of notice that your chest moves, or you may notice that your lower belly down here is moving. What we want to achieve here is we want to achieve this beautiful lateral expansion where our hands are going to expand out the way on the inhale. And on the exhale, our hands are going to draw back in. Okay, we don't need a massive, huge movement. I just did that for visuals. So on our next breath, I'd like you to breathe nose slow and low, and I want you to breathe down towards this diaphragm area. So push your hands in against your ribs so you can create a bit of resistance. And when you breathe in, just try to move your lower ribs out so that your hands move out sideways. Inhaling, expanding, and exhaling, allowing the hands to sink back in towards the ribs again, or the ribs to contract. So inhaling again, nose slow and low. Feeling those lower muscles there, not the lower muscles, the lower ribs, sorry, the lower ribs expanding. And then on the exhale, feeling those lower ribs contracting in again. So it's just an important tip here because we're breathing and we're trying to move our hands slightly. Sometimes we feel like we might need to take a big breath in because we want to expand and puff up, and we don't actually want to do that. We can do a lot with nose, slow and low breathing. So a really nice slow breath down deep towards the diaphragm. This is what's going to give us that expansion. If we breathe big, we're going to tend to fill up the whole lungs and move the chest as well. And we try not to move the chest with this practice. So again, just having the hands around the waist where the lower ribs are here. Inhaling, feeling that lateral expansion sideways of the hands. Exhaling, feeling the hands coming together again. Inhaling, feeling the hands moving out on the inhale, the exhale. feeling the hands drawing in. Inhaling again, keeping the breath nose slow and low. Exhaling again, nose slow and low on the way out. Hands drawing back in. So essentially we have this inhaling and exhaling movement, this expansion and contraction of the lower rib cage. You can feel the diaphragm being activated. Some of you may even feel a bit of like, kind of sore muscle that you're working out. Because sometimes if we don't use the diaphragm, we can feel a bit kind of tender around there afterwards. It is essentially a muscle, but it's not one that we actively work out in the gym. We work it out through proper breathing. So that's breathing deep. We can also combine breathing deep with breathing slow. So just to really slow down our breathing practice. So we're just going to breathe slow and deep here for a few breaths. Again, just placing the hands around the lower ribs, feeling your thumbs in the back body. So allowing your breath to settle for a moment. And when you're ready, we're going to begin. We're going to be breathing in for 4 seconds and out for 6 seconds. Really breathing nose slow and low, focusing on just gently moving that lower area, the diaphragm area, feeling that expansion and contraction. So as we inhale now, inhaling, 2, 3, 4, exhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And our last one now. So we inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just allowing your hands to rest now and just softly breathing in and softly breathing out of the body. So a really nice calming practice. This is focusing on our biomechanics of breathing, activating the diaphragm to ensure slow breaths, to ensure efficient gas exchange and oxygenation of the body. I hope this practice helps. Have a wonderful day.